What's going on, everybody? James here, redoptionagency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay, and welcome to finally a episode of Found on Friday, the numbers edition. So, if you remember last weekend, I did some thrifting. I think it was last weekend for Found on Friday. So we're just going to look through it all. We're just going to kind of just do a whole recap. If you're new to Found on Friday, around June 20th, so it's been 2 months now. We started with $103 and basically just showing what we can turn that $103 into. If you're just starting out on eBay, want to do it part-time or even start out part-time and grow into full-time, that's what this series is about. And we just going to stretch from what I buy, how much it sells for, the exact profit that you make off the item, and all the little details. So um, let's just start off with saying that I think the lack of videos on the Found on Friday series is kind of telling of the way eBay is right now. We've got the summertime, it's a little bit slower for certain items in June, July, even though we're into August now, getting ready to go into September. But then we have the eBay website issues that's in one way or another harming sales for a certain percentage of sellers. And then you also have a little bit of the economy that's going on now too, with everything higher. People have less money to spend on things online, just things they don't need. But the benefit to that is they still have money to buy. They'll come and buy something used, maybe some people, before they'll buy it new because they want to save that little bit of extra money. So that's the positive on when you're outsourcing. So when you're like in an environment that may be even getting worse economically, think of things that you can give people a bargain for, necessities that you might be able to get cheap and sell cheaper than what the new would be, if you will, and save people money. So it's a kind of just a headset to put yourself in if you need to. So we started with $103.50, I believe, on around June 20th. Today is August 20th. So it's been 2 months where we stand right now. And we only source on a Friday, and I have skipped a couple of Fridays just because I didn't, with the sales not there, I didn't want to set myself backwards because we're trying to get into a position where we can take money out every month to pay a bill. So if you're part-time and you wanted to do this to pull out a certain amount of money every month to put in your pocket to pay a bill, how many months would it take to really start being able to do that? Because you always want to invest back into the business to keep the business growing. So you've got to get yourself to that point where you can still invest in the business, but still start taking some out. And that's where you start going into, once that number gets big enough, you can go, well, I've been doing this part-time and it's working. I might be able to do it full-time now and start building an income to replace your to replace your main income. So this is all going across the board on that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to page down. We can like look at the things that we have on the Found on Friday series, things that I bought and the prices I have them listed for. This is more for just the viewing pleasure. I love scrolling eBay anyway, so I don't even remember what I bought in the early part of it that hasn't sold. So I had bought all these 45s for $1, so that's the only reason I picked these up, or I wouldn't have picked up any lower dollar Vine, 45 records. So if you watch my shipping videos Monday through Friday, you see the Native American I picked up in the background next to my Gene Simmons bust. And I always love shirts. If you can get them for $1.50 or under, these are the kind of shirts that I pick up when I see them. I've even got an offer on that. Maybe I need to go in and check, just bring the price down, maybe $10 and see if that does anything. This too, I'm surprised. So Maybe I'll go in and bring that down $5 and see what happens. But it just seems like a lot of this stuff is lost on eBay right now for some reason. It's just not getting no action whatsoever. So maybe it's time to go in and end, since it's been 2 months, go in and end this older stuff and relist it, sell similar on it to get it kind of refreshed into the eBay algorithm. And when we get into the sold, not every item shows up on eBay sold. And then also, I think I had sold one on Bonanza, which you won't see. And then I think I sold one or two on Posh that you won't see, but you'll, when we get to the Excel spreadsheet, you'll be able to see what it is, at least the name of it, and what the profit I made off of it is, even if the picture's not there. I got more shirts than I remember getting. So what did it say, 194 items so far? And I still got items I have not listed yet. I have not got all those posters in that one video listed yet. So I just haven't set up a convenient way to take the pictures. So I need to do that, because one thing about making listing quicker on eBay is having a system. If you have a system, it makes it so much easier. Like I have a system for clothes, I have the table, a system for smalls, things like that. I don't have a system to lay posters flat. So what I might be able to do is find some 4 little weights for the corners. That's part of the system I need for those, and a space to do it, because I think some of them are bigger than my table. So I really need like a floor space or maybe a deck space to do it, to take the pictures. So I really need to create a system so I can get those listed really quick and get them listed, because they're just sitting there when they could be selling, or at least out there for people to see. Some of my higher sell-through rate items are shoes, clothing, and hats. Even though I have no hats really in this Found on Friday, because I'm basically doing yard sales or high dollar thrift stores, if you will. I've been avoiding the bins type of thing. But because I've been trying to, not everybody has a bins where you're located, so I've been trying to stick more to what you would find at a yard sale or at just a regular thrift store, if you will. And like these Hot Wheels, the only reason I listed them is because I bought a bag of them really cheap. And I probably should have just put these lower dollar ones into a lot. I would suggest probably doing that over doing them individually. But for some reason, I'm just like addicted to doing individual listings, which I need to kind of try to start breaking out of that mold. Like, but then something like these monster trucks, I think I had 4 or 5 of them. I think I only have one left now, two left. So I think maybe I sold 3 of them, I believe. And then also I got that Magic Bullet, the baby food processor thing, and broke it down into individual pieces to sell it off because I was going to make more money. I think I've sold 3 pieces out of that so far. We'll see if this shows up on the sold. But a lot of the stuff I expected to get offers on even, and I haven't even got offers on any of this. Most of this stuff I've got not, just no activity at all. Even things like these walking shoes. I'm gonna look to see if there's even lookers. We're 20 days into the month, and I've only got one looker on walking shoes. And from my past of selling walking shoes, they usually always sell quick. I think I had 3 or 4, 3 pairs, and I know where was it, 4 pairs now. So I sold 1 or 2 pairs. But that's that. So we're going to go look at what's sold. But we're going to do completed because it'll show things that sold elsewhere that may have ended here. And why is it there's supposed to be one in front of all this? It was just there when I checked, and now I'm back. It's a DVD that just sold a couple of hours ago, Andy Williams, and it sold on, I think it was the UK eBay site. And it was just here. So I don't know why did I hit sold, not completed by accident? No, I hit completed. Huh. Well, that's odd. I've refreshed this twice. There it is. Now we're here. Okay. So we got the Andy Williams DVD here. And we'll see the actual prices, the actual profit I made off of each item next. But now we're going to go through the items that has sold up to this point. It says 62 here, but I know there's at least 2 or 3 that don't show up here, plus 2 or 3 that sold on other sites. So we're actually a little bit higher than that. I think we're at 65 items sold, if I can remember correctly. But we got the little Dukes of Hazzard parts and pieces that sold. Canon desktop calculator. One of the little Hot Wheels sold. And on something like that, you don't make much profit. But so that's sometimes it's better just to lot it all up and let it go. Saves you a lot of time with listing also, especially if you're new at it. But if you're not new and you want to list them individually, then I come back to the systems thing. If you have a system, use drafts where you can just build off of each other. You can see my create 200 listings in a day video, and I'll show you how to do that kind of stuff. That's probably been my most helpful video I've ever made. So if you are new to relisting and watching this video, I recommend you watch that video. It's got like 60 or 70,000 views now, I think, or something like that. So, and there's been many people who have praised that video. So I do recommend checking that out. You pull something from it that'll help your situation. Some Skechers steel toe work shoes. The Andy Williams DVDs, that's 2 of them. Wow. Kind of surprised there. Well, that one's Christmas. Is this one Christmas? No, just Greatest Love Songs. Hurley always moves pretty well for me, shirts or hats. Snoopy. St. Louis Cardinals, of course. The Blues. Nike Air Force. Shriners Magellan. Some Air Max. One of the Bullet blender pieces. Vintage shirt. Frankie Valli DVD. Patagonia shirt. American Horror Story. The portable cassette player, which was like new in box, new old stock, which was cool. Diane Warwick. Henry Fonda. I like finding nursing items also. I had a pretty good run with the DVDs I picked up that sold. So that was good to see. And that Mickey Hawaiian shirt I questioned about getting because they were only, I had to pay $6.50 for it and they were only selling for $18. So I think I ended up getting asking price out of that, if I remember correctly. We'll see when we check the numbers, but it's even something I questioned, but went ahead and followed my instinct and it worked out. So the more knowledge you learn, the more you'll be able to follow your instincts over time. I've been doing this 22 years, and there's still stuff I learned to add to my instincts when you're out and about. So you could grow. The good thing about working for yourself and work on eBay is you can always you can grow every day. When you go to work for somebody, if you're not in a promotional company or situation, you're just stagnant every day. You're making the same amount of money, and it's just the same thing over and over, the same grind. And with reselling, every day you can learn something new, whether that's just searching eBay sold or watching the thousands of videos that are on YouTube from various different resellers. You can always learn and grow on a daily basis. And that is the beauty of this and working for yourself. I ended up having 3 of these and they all sold. So this one might be the only one that shows up here. So that sold, but it was canceled, so it went back up. Same with that Spider-Man shirt. That was a return. Another Hot Wheel there. And there we are there. So now we're going to pull up the Excel spreadsheet. And we're just going to come down and go through the last of the stuff here. So we'll start at the bottom, the newer stuff. So the Andy Williams DVD, that last one that I had to refresh to pop up, the profit I made on that was $16.76. Those Dukes of Hazzard pieces was $4.59. That one little Hot Wheel was only $1.20. The Nike Air Furious shoes were $16.94. Broadway musical DVD, $11.65. An item that sold on Poshmark is an Unwell Barstool sports sweatshirt. The profit on that was $40. Skechers shoes, $26.14. That other Andy Williams DVD was $7.55. The Hurley tee was $6.16. The Snoopy t-shirt was $10.38. Cardinal shirt was $7.70. Those black Nike Air Force, $21.67. The Toddler Blues jerseys, $7.35. Those white Nike Air Max 270s, so profit on those were $18.04. And these are the prices with the shipping taken out and the fees taken out. So this is the actual profit from the items. The vintage West Beach tee, $10.98. One of the Bullet Cups, $5 profit. Patagonia shirt, $6.77. So when I did go shopping last, which I think was last Friday, I spent $81. So now we're going to look at the bottom line, basically. So we started with $103. To this point, we've made $973.17. Majority of that we reinvested into the business buying stock. We've sold a total of, no, sorry, vice versa. We've made a total of $973.12. Sorry about that. We reinvested most of that back into the business, and we spent $770 of that $973, leaving us with $203 profit. And these numbers do include that $81 already taken out. So as it sits in the account right now, we have $203 in the profit. Now, we can do one of two things here. Do we still want to grow slow, or do we want to start paying a bill? So right now, I feel we could safely split this in half, even though I'm not going to and we don't really need to. You could, I think, safely pull this in half. Say you have a water bill for $69 or whatever, and you want to pay yourself $100. You want to pay yourself half of that $200, and then take that other $100 and reinvest it back into the business. That's something you could do now. As slow as eBay is right now, for whatever reasons, I would be a little bit hesitant to do that now. I'd kind of maybe wait a little bit longer. We're only 2 full months in, so we're not even a full quarter in yet, and we missed 2 shopping days because of slow sales. So I personally would wait and at least get 3+ months in under your belt to get a more consistent feel of things. And you got 4th quarter coming up also. So always remember, you make your money when you buy. So you could just happen, if you go shopping on that certain day you go, and you come across a huge lot of something, but you only have $100 profit, then you're just going to have to reinvest money back into it. So instead of reinvest money back into it, let's just live off the money that it has made so far. And who knows what You can plan on only spending half of that Friday, but like I said, you make your money when you buy. So if you come across a situation where you spend $150 because it was a damn good deal, well, then you're going to want to spend that $150. So we're just going to leave it there for now, since we're only 2 full months in. But 2 full months in, we've made almost $1,000. So almost $500 a month in profit from doing it this way so far. So that's still not bad for a start, especially the middle of the summer and with the problems going on with the eBay website. So it's going a little slower than it normally should, but we're still moving forward and we want to keep that forward momentum. And if that means stepping back for a couple of weeks and not doing the shopping so you can still kind of sell and grow that money, then that's what it takes sometimes. The business is a roller coaster and you want to make sure you're just always stay ahead so you're not putting yourself behind. So I think that's about it. Cha-ching. So until next weekend, thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next Found on Friday video. Later.